Why you feel behind in life. You can be doing okay in life and still feel like you're losing. That's the part nobody really talks about. You might be working, studying, healing, saving money, trying to stay consistent, trying to keep your head above water, and somehow it still feels like everyone else is moving faster than you. Someone got engaged, bought a house, switched careers, or started a business. And you're just sitting there thinking, why does it feel like I'm late to my own life? If that feeling has been quietly following you around, you're not imagining it. A lot of people feel behind now. But most people make the same mistake when that feeling shows up. They treat it like evidence. They assume it must mean something is wrong with them, that they wasted time, started too late, made bad decisions, fell off track, missed their window. But a lot of the time, that feeling is not coming from your life alone. It's coming from the environment you're living in. Because the first thing that changed is this. You're no longer comparing yourself to the people around you. You're comparing yourself to everyone you can see. And those are not the same thing. There was a time when your sense of progress came mostly from your actual world, your classmates, coworkers, neighbors, cousins, a few close friends. That already created pressure. But now your brain is exposed to hundreds of lives all the time. People your age, people younger than you, people who seem richer, happier, more certain, more attractive, more successful, more settled. And your brain does not calmly process all that with wisdom and perspective. It just absorbs the pattern. Other people are moving, why aren't you? That's why this feeling hits so hard. Comparison used to be occasional. Now it's ambient. It lives in your phone, in your feed, in the background of your day. And once comparison becomes constant, feeling behind starts to feel normal. But that's only part of it. The second thing that broke is the timeline. People still talk about life like it follows a clean order: school, job, relationship, marriage, house, stability. Like if you make the right choices and work hard enough, life will unfold in a neat, straight line. But real life doesn't look like that anymore. People are restarting at 30, burning out at 24, moving back home at 28, changing careers at 35, looking successful online while privately feeling completely lost. The old timeline still exists in people's heads, but real life doesn't obey it the way it used to, if it ever really did. And that creates this weird pressure where people keep measuring themselves against a script that no longer fits the world they actually live in. So they think, I should be more stable by now. I should know what I'm doing by now. I should be further ahead by now. But according to who? That's the question people rarely stop to ask. Because a lot of what you call behind is really just not matching a timeline that no longer makes sense. And then there's another problem. You can see everyone else's milestones, but you rarely get to feel your own life as a milestone. You see their announcement, their wedding photo, their promotion post, their apartment keys, their travel pictures, their big life update. But your own life usually doesn't feel like a clean update. It feels unfinished. It feels uncertain. It feels messy and in progress. So now you're comparing your private process to other people's public outcomes. And that comparison will almost always make you feel smaller. Because their life looks complete from the outside. Yours feels under construction from the inside. That mismatch is brutal, and modern life makes it even worse by turning everything into a self-improvement project. Now, it's not enough to just live. You're supposed to optimize yourself constantly. Your body, your career, your mindset, your habits, your finances, your relationships, your healing, your productivity, your future. Everything starts to feel like something that should be upgraded. And once life starts feeling like one long improvement plan, standing still feels dangerous. Rest feels lazy. Confusion feels like failure.
Taking longer feels like proof that something is wrong with you. That's why so many people are exhausted in a way that sleep doesn't fix. They're tired of feeling measured all the time, tired of feeling like life is always happening in public, even when it isn't. And the most painful part is that a lot of the people who look ahead don't even feel ahead. They just look that way. That person you think has everything figured out may be anxious all the time. That person who looks settled may feel trapped. That person who seems confident may just be performing certainty better than you are. You don't know, and your brain fills in the blanks with fantasy. It turns a visible moment into a whole story. It gives other people confidence, peace, momentum, clarity, and then it gives you doubt. That's not reality. That's distortion. So if you feel behind in life, that does not automatically mean you are behind. It may just mean you are overloaded with comparison, trapped inside broken timelines, and judging your own life from the inside while judging everyone else from the surface. That changes the whole meaning of the feeling. Because now the feeling is not, my life is failing. It's, I'm living in an environment that constantly makes normal progress feel inadequate. And that is a much more honest explanation. Maybe the goal is not to magically stop caring. Maybe the goal is to stop treating this feeling like proof, because feeling behind is not always a fact. Sometimes it's just what happens when you see too much, compare too often, and expect life to unfold in a straight line, when real life almost never does. You are not late to your own life. You are just trying to hear your own pace in a world that keeps shouting other people's timelines at you.